This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Latoya Burrows. Coming up in the news, youth continue to speak out for Christ. The health message goes to the community. Church prepares students for back to school and beyond, and locals attend ASI Summit. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. This is your Adventist News. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Latoya Burrows. It is great to be back with you to share some of the events that's been happening within the South Bahamas Conference. The conference is hosting a series of evangelistic meetings which will conclude this weekend. The series, referred to as Y10, has ignited a fire among the young people of our conference for a more committed service to God. Chaplain Natalie Roberts from the Bahamas Academy was the first of our 4 speakers, followed by Stanley Fullord of the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church and Denivia Seymour of the Bethany Adventist Church. Every evening, spiritual nuggets are presented and workshops are held to empower the youth. The meetings continue this Friday evening at 7 p.m. and Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Y10 concludes in the afternoon at 6:30 with a concert. All services are being held at the Living Faith Seventh-day Adventist Church on Old Trail Road. The Health Ministries Department recently embraced the opportunity to participate in the annual Mall at Marathon Community and Church Day outreach activity. Exhibits and health information was provided by several health professionals, including Doctors Joseph Evans, Charles Alvira Higgs, along with Health Ministries Director Nathalie Lacroix. Blood screenings were administered and counseling was provided. Persons were also given vital information on natural remedies and the importance on prevention. Dr. Joseph Evans had on display his second publication on the 161 sexual myths, and persons were enlightened on this topic. Over 200 pamphlets on health and spiritual topics were shared with the mall goers, and health consultations and Bible study was offered. The good news, Seventh-day Adventist Church is hosting a series of events for back to school leading up to the opening of school. The first event was a College Day and Career Fair held on Sunday, August 13th at the church on Great Britain Street in Flamingo Gardens. Among the universities in attendance was the University of the South Caribbean in Trinidad and Tobago, Montemorelos University, and La Universidad de Navajo. The fair participants were intrigued with the information given to them from a variety of occupations, including art, physiotherapy, nursing, law enforcement, banking, entrepreneurship, electrical occupations, among others. On Sunday, August 27th, the church will host its back-to-school fun day and giveaway between the hours of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the final events for the students will be a prayer service on Flamingo Gardens Park on Saturday, September 2nd at 6:30 p.m. and hair braiding and cutting for students on Sunday, September 3rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The public is invited, especially persons in the Flamingo Gardens area. Visit the church's Facebook page at Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church, Bahamas, for more information on these events. The Adventist Layman Services and Industries ASI convention was held in Panama on August 13th through 20th, and 31 persons traveled to represent the South Bahamas Conference and to learn more of how to share Christ in the marketplace. ASI President Ian Green extends a special thank you to the persons who participated in the convention. We'll have more on this event in the next week's broadcast. And 6 persons from the South Bahamas Conference Media Network attended a one-day session of the annual Caribbean Broadcasters Union, which was held in New Providence this year between August 21st through 24th at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel. Media professionals and directors from over 20 countries comprise this union, and among their objectives is to build media relations among the Caribbean, facilitate discussions concerning television broadcasting, social media, and print, The media team from the conference included Pastor Barrington Brennan, Assistant to the President for Communications, along with Laverne Stirrup, Radio Coordinator, Michelle Green, Television Coordinator, Patrick Wilson and Philip Humes, Media Technicians, along with Patrice Gordon, Local Adventist Newspaper Page Editor. When we come back after this break, we will have more on the upcoming events in our conference.
He who began a good work in you.
The Atlantic Caribbean Union's annual Women's Ministries Retreat is being hosted on the beautiful island of New Providence by the Ladies of South Bahamas Conference on October 20th to 22nd under the theme, Fulfilling My Purpose. It's a weekend of discovery that will leave you blessed, motivated, and ready to serve. Generously subsidized by the organizers, you pay only $65 for registration. Commuting or residing is all up to you. But who really wants to miss the fun of relaxation and fellowship that come with staying at the Malia? Special rates have been arranged, so call and book your accommodations today. Guest speaker is Linda Anderson of Huntsville, Alabama, and the special musical talents with a themed prayer journey will leave you with an indescribable and unforgettable experience. Discover the God of your purpose, the you of your purpose, and the fulfillment of your purpose. Register today. See you there.
Started the work, we'll be faithful to complete it in you.
Welcome back to your Adventist News. I'm Latoya Burrows. Thanks for watching. Here's what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. The Adventist Health Professionals Association will celebrate its first annual association week with the theme, I Choose to Live Healthy, on September 17th through 24th, 2017. Several events are planned for the week. On September 24th, the team will take the message of health to the streets of Nassau in a float parade under the theme, I Choose to Live Healthy, and I am committing to this new start. We are asking all health ministries leaders to join us in presenting this message of health. Well, the Health Ministries Department of the Bethany Seventh-day Adventist Church in Westridge invites you and your friends to join them at their second annual Health Expo on Sunday, August 27th at the Goodmans Bay Beach at 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The following will be free: high blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol screenings, refreshing vegetarian-based snack samples, PSA testing for men, diabetic foot examinations, health tips, oral hygiene tips, safety and first aid demonstrations, and much more. On September 22nd through the 24th, the Women's Ministries Department of our conference will host the Women of the Word Weekend Revival, which will be held on Cat Island. If you are interested in being a part of this ministry, please contact Ingrid Brooks at our conference headquarters at 242-341-4021. And also from Health Ministries, in the month of October, a natural remedies seminar with Dr. Valerie Schreiber, a nutritionist and lifestyle educator from UG Pines, will be held at the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church on October 25th through 29th. At these sessions, attendees will learn the benefits of clay, the dangers of electromagnetic fields that come from cell phones, and how to make your own herbal salves, poultices, and formulas to treat different illnesses.
Ever wonder why store-bought frozen pizza or grandma's beloved canned soup tastes so good? The common denominator in these favorites and many other processed foods is salt, and lots of it. If too much sodium is an issue in your diet, step 1 in reducing your intake is to do less outsourcing and more of your own cooking. Here are a few rules that can help you lose your own salt tooth. 1. Use fresh ingredients over processed whenever you can. You'll save umpteen milligrams of sodium by making your own sauces and soups and simmering dried beans until soft rather than opening a can. Yes, it's a time commitment, but if you're serious about salt reduction, it's time well spent. Make these staples more convenient by cooking them in big batches and freezing in single-serving portions for later use. 2. Choose convenience foods wisely. Opt for frozen, unsauced vegetables over canned. And when you can't, seek out low or reduced sodium varieties. Rinse the foods in a strainer before using to get rid of some of the salt. Cut back or eliminate additional salt in a recipe that calls for canned goods. 3. Don't add it if you can't taste it. As a rule, don't add salt to boiling water for pasta or potatoes. A little salt goes a longer way if it's sprinkled on a food just before serving. You'll taste it in every bite. 4. Measure. Always use measuring spoons when adding salt to be sure we're not overdoing it. Even if a recipe calls for a pinch or to salt to taste, measure what you are adding, using a small amount at a time and tasting as you go. 5. Distract your palate. Acidic flavorings like lemon or lime juice and vinegar can help bring out a food's inherent savoriness, helping you reduce or even eliminate salt. Or try a sprinkle of fresh grated lemon zest, chopped fresh or dried herbs, garlic or shallots. While not always a perfect replacement for salt, they can help ease the transition to lower salt cooking by waking up other flavors. 6. Boost vegetable flavors naturally. Instead of reaching for the salt shaker to counteract perceived bitterness, roast or grill your vegetables to help bring out their own natural sweetness and give them a nice caramelized exterior. I'm Bridget Bastian, and this has been your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
We now go to the Adventist News Network for a news feature from around the world.
In May of this year, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency in Romania, in cooperation with the Association of Humanitarian Service for Penitentiaries, opened a new house built through the project Rebuild Hope.
After their house was damaged by a fire in December 2016, a mother, Irina, with 3 children, Claudius, Dorel, and Catalin, remained in the exposed house. Following ADRA Romania's evaluation, the agency decided to intervene and build a new house for the family.
The project was coordinated by ADRA in North Transylvania and Maramureș, and Ianco Arthur, a volunteer.
19 volunteers and 18 sponsors completed this project through financial contributions or donation of construction materials.
While at the event, Robert Georgescu, director of ADRA Romania, said, "The true test of solidarity between people is when our neighbors are going through hardships, especially when they do not ask to be helped."
He went on to say, "We are pleased that in this place I could offer hope to this less fortunate families by improving living conditions after their house went through a fire."
Rebuild Hope is how ADRA Romania supports families who have lost their material possessions. Since its establishment, ADRA identifies and supports people every year who are in need of housing and assistance.
This project is conducted in partnership with local authorities and implemented by local and international volunteers.
Well, that's all for this week's Adventist News in the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658 would like to thank you for watching, and be sure to join us next time. I'm Latoya Burrows. Have a wonderful Sabbath.